How you doing? My name is Evan. I'm one of the ministers at St Mary's Anglican Church. I'm joined today with Liam, and we are reading today John 2, verses 13 to 17. And so I'm going to read, and then we're going to do our little Swedish thing. When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In the temple courts, he found men selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. So he made a whip out of cords and drove all from the temple area, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves, he said, "Get these out of here. How dare you turn my Father's house into a market?" And his disciples remembered that it was written, "Zeal for your house will consume me." So I think when we were reading before, what struck both of us is that Jesus makes a whip, and it's a pretty confronting image of Jesus. It's not like the all lovey-dovey sort of thing, but it's a bit different, isn't it? Bit odd, yeah, yeah. Super confronting. We don't expect Jesus to do that, so yeah. Is there anything else that sticks out to you?
It was it was mainly Jesus making the whip. It was very different from what we normally see, and it also shows the extent of his anger with these people and what they're doing with the temple.
Yeah, JJ. Questions? Question mark. I remember you had the question about zeal because we looked at zeal at church last. This video is on Monday, 2 Sundays ago, and so here's zeal happening in a passage, and we talked it out, and it was kind of like the priority that God has in Jesus's life means that he wants to protect God and what God stands for at all costs for him. And so seeing that people are taking advantage of him, of God and his sacred temple, is just like a massive no-no for Jesus. And so he gets really angry at them. That's cool. I think my question was that at what point do we start seeing this sort of stuff in church? Sometimes we might have bookstores up the back, or we might have cafes or whatever. But I think we worked out that the answer was, actually, it's about the mentality you have behind it. Are you there to serve, or are you providing those things to serve God's people, or are you trying to take advantage and use God's people and the place that you have there? Application. How does this passage change the way you live, mate?
It can shine a light on how you use church. Do you use it as a marketplace, or to just socialize instead of actually be with God and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, that's awesome. Huge striking. And I think for me, I was thinking how come I might not necessarily show this much zeal, or what should it look like in my life to show more zeal? So reflecting on what Trent said a couple of Sundays ago, and reflecting on this passage here. Do I need to be making more whips? Do I need to be more excited for God and his church and his people? And so I think I'm going to go away and just sort of reflect on what it looks like for zeal to be a bit bigger in my life. Speech bubble. What are we going to say to people about the passage? Did you have anything in mind?
Besides the shock factor of the whip.
Yeah.
That would strike up any conversation.
Yeah, I think it would whip up a conversation. The whip's pretty striking. So just kind of, did you know that Jesus whipped people at one point, and whipped a whole bunch of stuff? That's pretty crazy. That's not the Jesus we're used to. So that would be a pretty interesting conversation. Awesome. Thanks, Liam, for reading with me.
Thank you.
we're really keen to see what you came up with as well. Type in the comments below what you did for your little Swedish method. Keen to hear from you. And grace and peace to you.
Leave a like and subscribe. My message.